Sports 910.
All right, Howard, before we get going and talking some Cardinal football, this is somewhat related, but I just want to get a pulse from you. I'm reading a lot of headlines that Cliff Kingsbury could be the potential replacement for Bill Belichick in New England. And I'd love to get your take on that, if that's a possibility. I mean, he was there for a year. You know, he did back up Brady, did get a Super Bowl ring when he was on the IR there. So, you saying he's got a chance maybe or what?
Like a snowball in hell, maybe?
You never know. Things are crazy in the NFL. You've been around it 48 years. What do you think?
Things are crazy many times in the NFL, just like we saw in Buffalo this week.
Yeah. When
a defensive back commits pass interference and another guy's on the field, a 12th guy on the field for a field goal, and after the offense goes down the field to score a winning go-ahead touchdown, and of course they fire the offensive coordinator the next morning, which makes all the sense in the world. But this one, I think, has a snowball's chance in whatever planet you want to talk about. I certainly don't think that if Robert Kraft is putting together a list of names as potential coaches, if in fact there will be a change, that Cliff Kingsbury would be seriously considered. I guess you never know, but that, there's so much of this. It's like I tweeted last week, guys, when it was clear that Kyler Murray was going to play. And I said, I'm waiting for all those people over the last however many months that had all these bizarre takes and bizarre reporting and bizarre things, including that Kyler doesn't even want to play this season at all, and the Cardinals are going to sit him down, not play him because of the worry about injury guarantees in his contract. And so I said, I'm sure any moment now, all these people who put out all that crap are going to do a mea culpa and say, yeah, I was wrong. Sorry, I had it wrong. Of course not.
Nope.
Because everybody just throws, everybody plays the dartboard game and figures, boy, if I get right with one of these wild things, I'm going to be a star and I'm going to be a hero. It's just laughable, a lot of it. But that's the way it is these days, when everybody has to have their own take and their own narrative and their own talking point. And that's the stuff that gets thrown out there. But that one is, I think that one's a tad far afield, I would say.
Howard, as you talked to a lot of guys in the locker room after the game during the week, what was, obviously with Kyler Murray there and him bringing that juice to this field, what was the carryover during the week as they get ready for the Texans?
Yeah, I mean, we've talking to guys this week, they're all, moving forward, obviously. They're all, expressed, glad that he was back and then was able to do the things that he was able to do, that I don't know that, everybody was wondering what's this going to look like. And I don't know that anybody thought it would be what it was. Yes, there were some hiccups. Yes, there were some plays you'd like to have back, as there are with guys who aren't coming back from an ACL. And so, yeah, I think that, I think Kyler's, a little, somewhat changed. I think I said this earlier, a couple months ago, I think he's been humbled by this entire situation, that all of a sudden he wasn't able to do what he loves the most. And so, I think he's, everybody talks about that, not that he's had a total personality at 180, but he's just,
3 minutes.
Been a different guy. And, even Michael Carter, who just joined the team today, didn't even practice. He just got in town last night about 11:30 after the Cardinals got him on waivers. And someone asked him about Kyler. He says, man, he can spin it. And he said, that was impressive, just watching him. And so, and then he said, the guy was, in another team, he said, he can do things that nobody else can do. Now, what that means for the future, who knows? But it's just kind of the way it is. But everybody's glad that he's the quarterback now, and that they feel, I'm not going to say that a season reset, but in a lot of ways, there's a lot of guys who feel that way. And this gives us a real chance to win some games coming down the stretch, starting with who knew this was going to be a game like it was going to be. I mean, there were guys before the start of the season who were saying that this game might be between two teams looking for their first win of the year. Yeah. And here they are with, the Cardinals, granted, have only won 2, but the Texans, after losing their first 2, are 5-2 since then, with a quarterback that is just playing phenomenal football in his rookie year, C.J. Stroud.
I'm also curious. I thought Drew Petzing did an outstanding job of dealing with what he had. You went more shotgun versus under center than did Josh Dobbs. So I think he kind of played into what Kyler was comfortable with. And I really thought that the offense he called and having James Conner in the backfield really helped as well too. Was a very good game plan designed for one Kyler Murray, I felt.
No doubt. No question about it. I think we'll see it'll evolve over the coming weeks, certainly. And, the thing as everyone was questioning, well, what's this going to look like for Kyler and all that? I don't know how many people were sitting there and saying, well, I wonder what the communication is going to be like between Drew Petzing and Kyler Murray on, in each play when the play is being called in. How's he going to be on relaying those plays? And all that with not only a new system, but a new language and all those things. And so, Petzing talked Tuesday and said, I'm not going to say it was seamless, but it went very smoothly and about as comfortable as you could ever expect. And so he's looking forward, to moving down the road. So yeah, I think it's like you're saying, it's a work in progress. This was one game, and who knows now, it's on the road against a pretty good team, obviously, and it might not look the same, but I'll say this, that a certain amount of those hiccups and a certain amount of plays that went against the Cardinals, boy, we'd have been going nuts this week on magnifying every one of them if they had happened to lose this game. But when you win, it changes the perspective of everybody.
What are you working on for Go PHNX?
Just looking ahead to this game on Sunday and unique it is and how here's one that blew me away. Of all the games in the NFL this week, and we're talking about the Eagles and the Chiefs and the Bengals and the Ravens tonight, even the Raiders in Miami or the Dolphins with that explosive offense. This game, at least what the bettors are betting, this game between the Cardinals and the Texans has the highest over-under of any game on the board.
Wow.
At 49.
Wow, that's incredible.
At 49. Yeah, it really is. And the second highest is the Bears and the Lions, which is kind of strange. Obviously the Lions can put points on the board, but the Bears, they're getting Justin Fields back, so I'm sure a lot of people are thinking, "Oh boy, they're going to start piling the points on." The over/under there is 48, and that Monday night game, the Eagles and the Chiefs, is only 45.5. So go figure it out. But as we all know, and I say this all the time, when people say, "Boy, what is Vegas doing here?" I say, "Well, all Vegas is doing is reacting to what the public does."
Yep.
And I don't know what that over/under was to start the week. I would sense it was probably a bit lower. And then as people start betting the over and betting over it, they keep raising the number, hoping to get people to bet under. And so that's what happens. It's the public that, Vegas sets the line to begin with, but then the public determines where it goes from there. And I think everyone always has to remember that.
Howard, great stuff as always, man. Have a good week. Thanks for the time.
You guys too. I guess we don't have a show next week on Thanksgiving, huh?
Nope.
That's
Well,
right.
unless you want us to call you. We can call you. Just talk some football.
Hey, I'll call you. I'll call you up and just say, hey.
Yeah. So Jimmy's on that next week. So hey, he's
well,
Howard.
If you want to do some another day, just let me know.
Well, absolutely.
Will do.
Probably do
Thank
that on
you.
Wednesday. Thank you. Follow